Welcome back to another Vahrenberg Implement Product Informational Series video, and today we're here with the Massey Ferguson Farmer Series disc mower. Massey Ferguson offers two series of disc mowers to meet their farmers' needs. We have the Farmer Series, which is our more basic mower, and then we have the Professional Series mower, as we have already done a video on before. The Farmer Series features 4 models, of which we have 2 pictured here. They offer a DM164, which is a 5-foot 5-inch mower with 5 cutter heads that weighs in at 820 pounds and only needs 30 PTO horsepower to operate. That cuts 6 foot 9 inches, weighs in at 897 pounds, and needs 41 PTO horsepower to operate it. Then we feature the Massey Ferguson DM246 mower, which is a 6 unit, as featured here, which is 7 foot 11 inch cut, 963 pounds, and needs 50 PTO horsepower to operate. And then the last but least in the Farmer Series is the DM287, which is our 9 foot 3 cut, 1047 pound weight, and needs 60 PTO horsepower. This is our 7 disc unit, as featured here. Some of the interesting things, not only is the lighter weight beneficial for smaller tractors like large compacts and small utility tractors, or even large utility tractors that are available to lift these mowers easier and use them on farms to get bigger jobs down in size. One thing is they offer a category 1, as you see the pins here, or category 2 hitch widths. So this mower can be used with cat 1 or cat 2, everything from the 5 foot 5 all the way up to the 9 foot 3 DM287. Features that same cross pin design, that dual pin setup to use with either category. It comes standard with a PTO shaft with overrunning clutch that is stored inside right now. When you buy it, you get it. Spring-loaded breakaway, horizontal breakaway, as you can see here. Allows it to trip if you hit a stump or into an obstruction that trips the bar backwards. Automatic belt tensioner is standard equipment. You can see that down here underneath on all mowers. This is one of the good features, is this spring right here is going to hold tension on that belt and not get slack, so you're not going to have the chance of burning up belts as easy. Spring flotation. This is your inner skid shoe flotation here on both mowers. You have hydraulic raise, single acting cylinder that will raise the bar. It will raise into your headland position first. So this bar is going to come up level first. Then you pull a rope to raise it all the way up into transport position. And we'll show some pictures here of that. One thing about the hitch, you do not need the 3-point hitch to raise or lower the cutter bar. All you need is the hydraulics of your tractor, and it only requires 1 set of remote valves. Cutting angles from positive 30 to negative 30 degree angles, that is some of the best in the industry. Check out the cutter bars from other companies and you won't find that wide of a range of cutting angles. It has drive pin protection. We have done another video, but if you go underneath this hat, take these 4 bolts off, this drive hub is double roll pin through the shaft coming out of the gear in the cutter bar. This is a Gearbed cutter bar. Very familiar. There's a lot of Gearbed cutter bars out on the industry from Europe and American manufacturers. One thing to look at is how low profile that cutter bar is. You don't have very much height, so the material is going to flow over the top of that cutter bar real nice and easy. There's bolt-on hardened skid shoes, as you can see here. You can see the skid shoe is bolted on there. You've got the right-hand swath guide as standard equipment. It is a rotary style swath guide that you can adjust the angle by this bolt right here. You can adjust the position here of how much material you want to separate from your cut and uncut material out here on the right hand end. There is a high skid shoe option. The cover has a steel guard that protects the front. The cover is actually going to fit right in here. Both sides will open up. You'll actually get a tool with you that trips this lever here, either on the front or the rear, to allow either side. Driving lights are standard equipment. When this is folded up, these lights are right into the face of the driver behind you to help protect you in your transport up and down the road. A lot of features for the dollar with these Massey Ferguson Farmer Series. If you want a new mower at like a used professional series mower price, you can get into a Farmer Series, very economical, and it may fit your tractor better than the professional series mower that require heavier 3-point lifting capacities and higher PTO speed and operation. A couple of the few things as far as key adjustments. The first adjustment is your 3-point hitch arm light. The 3-point hitch arm will need to be measured at this point here. 19.7 inches is where you carry the 3-point. Is your first step of setting this mower up to go mow. The cutting height is adjusted by your top link. Where you position the top link either rolls this mower forward or rolls it back. One tip of advice is you want this parallel, and one of the things you can look at is this corner post right here. You want it straight up and down, or you want it rolled forward a little bit. If it is cut too much this way, high in the front and low in the back, it's going to try to cut the grass here, and then it's going to try to swing around and cut the grass again in the back. So it's going to use more horsepower, and you don't want to do that because it's not going to throw the material as well. When you have a slight degree forward, it cuts the material in the front, and the blades and everything pitches it to the back. So this mower is going to spin, and it's going to throw the material back and away behind the mower to make a better, cleaner cut. Knife speed, when you run the PTO at 540 speed, you're going to have, I think it's 179 mile an hour blade tip speeds at 3,000 revolutions per minute on the cutter disc. Ground speed, you set it based on your crop conditions. If you're in lighter crops, lower your cutter bar speed and increase your ground speed to get a cleaner crop and not blow the material down. They come with a cover, so the material, that air is gonna create a lot of lift from them blades. It's gonna come up, it's gonna hit your cover, and then it's gonna try to push the material down here in front, and then your bar will run over it. So if you lower your cutter bar speed a little bit, it's going to not create as much air turbulence on there, and your ground speed increase is going to give you basically the same ground speed because you're less RPMs on your tractor, and it's going to do a cleaner, better cut for you. In high volume materials, in normal cutting conditions, you're not going to have to worry about that, but that's one of the tips when you get into other types of special crop conditions, especially as a fall like we're going into now. One of the other things is your flotation. You have adjustment on your flotation bolt here of carrying your hitch. This helps provide the mower to follow the ground. If it's wanting to drag too hard, you need to increase your flotation. If it wants to skip and hump, you need to reduce your flotation. So that's a simple, easy adjustment. And the last thing is the swath former. But I see one thing here we forgot to go over, is your gearbox. You have a belt driven right here to your main gearbox. It drops down and drives a Gearbed Cutterbar. This here is a breather hose that goes in here, so when you raise your bar, it breathes out on this outer end, and you may be able to see it in here. You can see the end of the breather right here. So when you raise this up, you're not going to lose any oil. This is a oil-filled Gearbed Cutterbar. And the last adjustment is your swath former, done by this bolt here. The adjustment of how much for your cut and uncut material. I hope that helped you learn a little bit more about the Farmer Series disc mower. They're a great option if you're on a limited budget for your hay mowing needs, or you have a small tractor. The Farmer Series, the 5'5" has been super popular, only needing 30 PTO horsepower. We've got mowers on order. We've got these two left. We've actually got some fall orders coming in here real soon that will add more models to this. We're out of the Professional Series. We got these two in. Farmer Series are a great option if you don't have a lot of acreage to cover. Very popular mower, very easy to operate, to own. It goes great on customers with a limited budget. So visit your local Massey Ferguson dealer and check out the Farmer Series disc mowers from Massey Ferguson. If you're in West Central Missouri, you can come visit us right here. This is Business 13, Fairground Avenue, at the first stoplight here in Higginsville, Missouri, just 4 miles north of Interstate 70, just 15 miles south of Lexington, Missouri, and the Missouri River, here in West Central Missouri, the heart of America. We've got some new tractors in. We've got balers and that stuff, but you just come up 49 miles from the Missouri-Kansas line here in Higginsville, Missouri, at Vahrenberg Implement, and we'll help you, teach you, and show you all the great products from Massey Ferguson hay products to help you build the highest quality hay, and Massey Ferguson tractors. Thank you, and check out more videos coming soon from Vahrenberg Implement.